Hey, you guys, welcome to Spirit Night number 1. We're so stinking excited to share with you guys tonight. We have some amazing tips to share with you, and Shara is going to kick us off. We are going to just be going over all things mindset, action, and how to make the most out of your month end. So, Shara, take it away, girlfriend.
Okay. So what has been helping me is this morning I got on a power hour that was actually really amazing, and it refocused me a little bit, you guys, because I've been on vacation for a week, but I want to tell you, you can do this even when you're not at home. Okay. So I spent 7 days away. We were out of state, and I was still able to do all the things, but I got up and I read every morning, and I got up and I did my host to post asks every day, got posts up, enrolled 2 customers while I was gone, and now I'm down to needing 3, and I'm very excited for a builder bonus. So we're excited about that. But what's helping me right now is taking advantage of the cleanse, the free cleanse. So make sure, and I don't have the ability to, I don't think I can copy and paste it in here, but it's on our page. Make sure you, send that out to everybody. And I'm doing a lot of voice messaging. So I sent out the one that says, let me tell you which one got me my customer today. 1 second here. It's one of them that Becca, I think you shared it today. Hold on. Clearly I just got home. Stephanie right here. I was like, who was she? Okay. So the message literally says, hey, I wanted to pop in really quick and let you know that I'm gifting a free 2-day cleanse with all orders today. This cleanse will clear out 2 to 10 pounds of toxic sludge. That message, definitely send that message out. The end of it says, I'm at my computer getting a few orders in right now. If you'd like me to include yours, I can get it going in less than 5 minutes. You guys, I've been talking to this girl for a few days, and literally her response was, that would be great. I'm terrible at sitting down and taking time to get my order in. What do you need from me? I would say personally, and I think a couple, Ashlyn and maybe Becca are the same way for sure. I enroll probably 90% of my customers for them. It just works better. And then she also, so I sent her, I said, hey, it's all good. Here's what I need. Email, address, birthday, credit card, name, and as it is on the card, the number on the back, expiration date. She said she'd text it to me, make sure she had the right number. And then she followed up with, I'll do 3 months with the gummies and aloe. That's my thing right now, is 30 days of gummies and the aloe. You guys, if you want to get rid of bloat, I'm telling you what, that's the way to do it. I said, perfect. I'll get you the gummies and aloe. We had typed at the same time, correct? And you'll get a free 2-day cleanse as well. Did you want to add fat fighters or a bag of the new protein coffee? And she said, no, I think I'll pass for now. But at least I asked her, right? You never know what somebody's going to say. And I'm that new Profi. Oh my gosh, it is amazing every morning. And I'm a cold brew junkie, so I don't have to add cream to the protein coffee. So I'm like in heaven. But you guys, I just want to show you, this is, okay, I don't know if you can see all of this blue. All this blue is me. Look at that. That's all me. She like barely, until I finally was like, do you want me to do this for you? Then she was okay with it. Okay. So then I had another couple that we're doing that with. I have another girl that I'm talking to again. One thing I guess I'm going to stress is that I'm asking questions. So it's hard because I know we have so many scripts out there. I'm not getting everybody on the slimming system. I know that's a big deal, but TFX, in my opinion, it's not going to work for every single person. Right. And I don't know how to explain it the way I want to explain it. So I'm asking them, I have a few questions for them. So I kind of call it my own survey. So my thing is, do you drink water? How much water do you drink during the day? Do you like coffee, hot or cold? Do you have any caffeine sensitivities? And then I ask them, and I might've gotten this last part from Ashlyn, I don't remember, but what is your biggest struggle that you feel you've had so far? Because then they're like, one of my gals said, cooking 3 different meals, one for my husband, one for me, and one for my kids. I'm like, don't do that. You know what I mean? You can prep a whole thing of chicken breast. You can have that ready for you, and you can add it to a stir fry. You can add it to a salad. Don't be making that many meals, right? So I'm trying to help them solve that problem. Plus they're building a relationship with me because they know that I'm just like not going to just sell them a product to sell it. So maybe some of my volumes aren't as high. Maybe some of them are. I had another gal that actually was letting me know that she has some TMI, but I mean, she's bloated, extremely bloated. Okay. So I'm like, aloe, you need to do the aloe. And right now you can get a free cleanse with it, and money's tight. So you know what? We're going to start at the bottom, and that's okay, because I'm not going to push her to get different things. But that's what I'm saying. Get to know your customers. I guess that would be my biggest thing. Get to know your people that you're talking to, and what their problem is, what they can do, what their goals are, and go that route. Because just, one gal messaged me today and she said, are you eating breakfast when you have your protein coffee in the morning? And I said, yes and no. It is my breakfast, but I'm doing a protein kick every 3 hours. So I have to get protein in every 3 hours. That's what works for me. So about 10 o'clock, I'm telling her I get the Too Good yogurt, I mix in frozen fruit, and I add a little bit of granola, and I'll have that about 10:30, because I work 8 to 4. So I'll have my coffee, I take it to work, I sip on it all day. And then I have lunch at 12:30, which is usually a shake. So I'm giving her tips like that. So she's asking me because she already bought, right? So I want to help her stay on. But I guess that'd be my biggest thing, is get to know your people, have the questions that you want to know, that you'd want to have somebody ask you before you just jumped in and bought something, right? You might want to know, just think of things you buy and the things you want to know ahead of time. And I sent out more host to post asks and more voice messages today than I've done in a very long time. So that makes me feel really good, because you got 3 more. I'm working hard right now. So that's all I got, I think.
Yes, I love it. So one big thing about Shara, you guys, is that Shara is a product of the product. Okay. She is somebody that you can go to, and her customers know that they can say, like, okay, so what would be a good meal plan? What would be a good way to drink this product? How should I mix this product? And she's going to be able to tell them what it is. The new product comes out, guess who's trying it? Shara. I can always 100% say, my kid's going to decorate me while we're on here, but I can always 100% say that Shara is going to be a product of the product. And by the way, I do have my blue line. It's just kind of blended into my shirt. I didn't have any clean blue shirts. So I am repping the blue tonight. Thank you guys for so much for participating and wearing blue. I wish I had more blue in my wardrobe. But the rest of the week, I'm good for the color code. So anyways, back on track. Shara is a product of the product, and I absolutely love that. And that is something very important as a business owner, is that you are a product of the product. You've tried something and you're able to tell people how something tastes or made you feel. And so that's why I love that our kits now come with products. That way, right off the bat, everybody is able to have a chance to be a product of the product and try things and say how they taste. So if you are brand new and you've gotten your kit in, but you haven't tried your products, you need to do that. That would be, you guys, like owning a boutique, but never ever trying on your own clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't buy clothes from your own boutique. That's sad. You're not modeling them. That's sad. So it's the same thing here. Even if you don't need to lose weight, we have amazing skincare products that you could still be a product of the product with. So that is huge. So another thing I wanted to share with you guys tonight is just about vision over your business and how to like move past the hump that I feel like we're all in right now with the summer months of being in the slump. Anybody else feel like they're in a slump because of the summer? Like, all the things are happening, all the events are going on. Like, we don't want to have to say no to the fun, but we also don't want our business to fall off. That's what I want to talk about a little bit tonight. And so I have a lot of notes and a toddler in my lap. So if y'all see me not making eye contact and not being rude, I've just got to read and be able to multitask at the same time. But so the first thing is just to remember that you need to envision your life. First of all, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision for your life, you need to do that. Because in the summer months, when it's busy like it is right now, it is so crucial that you know why you're doing this business. What are you pushing for? Okay. You don't want to be in your car. Like, I always think of it this way. I'm in Arkansas. So if you are near Florida and you're like, I can't relate, just think of a different state, I guess. But for me, I think, like, what if I got in the car and I was like, okay, I'm taking my family on a vacation to Florida, and I didn't turn my GPS on? I would be driving around for hours not knowing where I was going. You need to have your roadmap. You need to know, like, where are the destinations? Where is my pit stop to get gas on the way there? In business terms, where is your pit stop to get to Ruby or to get to Diamond? You're going to have to get to Ruby first. And then you've got to stop at Emerald. But before you get to Ruby, you know, you've got to stop and get a 4-in-1. So you need to figure out, like, what are the small things? Because how do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So what are those small things that you need to do, the road stops that you need to take along your way to get to diamond and to get to that bigger goal? So if I could give you one tip to help you get out of a slump, it would be really just to dream again. Okay. Have a vision, figure out what you're fighting for. I'm not going to call people out, but I have a couple girls on here that one of them has a dream to open up her own little like side business of like dog care. And so for her, I would say figure out like, I always say like lick the leather, kind of like look into things and see like how much would it cost? Is she going to do a trailer? Is that what she's going to come out of? Or does she need a like an actual shop? How much would it cost to rent that out? Or how much would it cost to buy that trailer? And then like break it down into goals. So how much extra income do you need? Okay, so you know that you need a diamond income to make that happen, or a double diamond income. And then what are your road stops to get you there? And what income producing activities are going to correspond with those road stops to get you to that place? So that is my tip for there. So just making sure that you know where you're going, and if you have small plans, but also big plans. So I know my big plan, for example, is we are right now, our big thing is wanting to build a house. Okay. We're wanting to buy a piece of land and get a house built. That is our number one big goal right now. But I know that before I can do that, I've got to make some other things happen. And so I have to get a raise. But I also need smaller nuggets along the way so that I don't give up on myself before I hit that milestone. So some of my smaller nuggets is being able to go on a vacation. Like that's a small thing that I can push for right now. Or some of you guys are like material things. I know if Terry was on here right now, I would say go get the purse that she's been wanting. So that would be a smaller roadblock for her, is to save up to get that handbag, or probably a new planner because she doesn't already have 600, So figuring out like what is your big goal, but also the small things to help you push for it, or to help you push towards those. Another tip to get out of the valley, or to get unstuck in your business, is to know that you are an entrepreneur. And so with entrepreneurship, it's always, you guys, it's always going to be up and downhill. Okay. Entrepreneurship is never an uphill climb. Look at all of the successful people in the world, even outside of this business, that are entrepreneurs. None of them had an uphill climb, straightforward. None of the really big successful people. Look at the Starbucks guy. How many times did he ask people to try his coffee flavor and get turned down before somebody decided to let him set up shop, and now look at Starbucks, it's everywhere. Okay. He didn't have an uphill climb. He got turned down so much and hit so many bumps and obstacles. Look at Walt Disney. Okay. If y'all don't know the story of Walt Disney, look him up. He did not have an uphill slope. He had a slippery ride. Okay. Maybe drugs might have been thrown in there a little bit. We're not saying that's part of your story, but it's always going to be up and downhill, you guys. It's always going to be all over. And that's with any entrepreneurship. Okay. And that's the same thing with this business. I've been doing this for 6 years. Those of you that don't know me, I've been here for 6 years now. And I can tell you that it hasn't been uphill all 6 years. There's been a lot of coasting and going flat out. There's been some down in the valley times a lot. It hasn't, the majority of my entrepreneurship and the majority of most people's entrepreneurships, I know Shara can attest to this, and Ashlyn, they've both been here for years as well. It's not always an uphill climb, but we have a vision and a why, and we know what we want. And so we know that we're going to get up that uphill climb. If you look in the Bible, if you are more spiritual and you like those terms or those examples better, look in the Bible at all the up and downhill climbs that people had. Every single success story in the Bible was a rocky path at first. Every single one of them had trials and tribulations. And I heard something said, maybe I wrote it down. I hope I wrote it down to share with you guys. But I heard something said the other day that was talking about God giving challenges. And it said, it was a status I made on my Facebook. And it said, sometimes God makes you hit rock bottom and like makes you get in those valleys because he needs you to remember that he is the rock at the bottom. I was like, that is so stinking good, because I can relate to that in my business too. Sometimes he needs me to go through the valleys to remind me of where I came from and to remind me of like what he's done for me so far, but then also to build my faith onto that and know that there is an uphill climb and that he's going to provide that on his own time, or in his timing and not mine. So just making sure that you're remembering to also sometimes take the emotion out of your work. If you are truly pushing for a promotion right now, and I know that so many people are like going for Emerald and so many people are going for Ruby. How many people are not Ruby and are going Ruby this month? Okay. I better see a hand up, Madison Weidmuller. right now. Jody Morlow, where's those hands? Anyway, so I was like, y'all too? I know. Anyway, so we've got so many girls that are pushing for Ruby and pushing for Emerald. And I know because I've done promotions. Ashlyn knows this. Shara knows this. Those of you that have been Ruby already and above, you know that it's hard, especially whenever you're like right there on a promotion and it's like month in and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're just like, okay, look, it's a week left. I'm so far away. It's never going to happen. You guys, there's a such thing as God volume. Okay, it's there. But you have to, whenever you're pushing and you have all these outside obstacles pushing against you, you have life happening, you have your kids wanting to go to the pool or your family's wanting to vacate at the lake or whatever. You just have to be strong enough in your entrepreneurship and as a business owner to, you don't have to say no, but you have to put your business first. And so you have to take the emotion out of it sometimes when it comes to this business and think whenever you're messaging people, because that's something that gets a lot of people caught up too, is they're like, well, I don't want to bug people. Well, I know I only have 20 minutes, but why would I check back with the same people? I talked to a couple of girls today with follow-ups and they were like, I've already followed up with those people. Why would I also follow up with them about the cleanse? Take the emotion out of it. Who here has used Temu? Have y'all used Temu? Everybody? Everybody's used Temu.
I was just going to say that.
Yes. Once you buy from Temu or you even sign up on their stinking app, I regret it with every inch of my life. Once you click that app, you get text message. And matter of fact, how many of your friends have popped in your inbox? I know almost every single one of you have been in my inbox with that Temu multiple times. Your friends are sending you stuff like that. This is your business. How many of you have sent out Temu multiple times? Just about every one of you guys. Guilty, right? It's the same thing. If you're going to be following up multiple times for an app, why are you not following up multiple times for your business?
And Becca, Temu is like, you get 10% off. You get $10 off. Sorry, this is expiring. Guess what? Now you get 20% off. That's expiring. And I don't get mad. I didn't delete it because I like everything I got. So yeah.
Absolutely. And then back to taking the heart out of it is the feelings out of your business is that sometimes people are going to leave you on red, you guys. People are going to leave you on red. Sometimes they're going to ignore you and sometimes they're going to block you. I've ran into 3 people that have blocked me during following up today. And this month alone, I've had 7 people that have sent me their information. Like I'm talking card info and everything. And then right before I submitted it, they backed out and now they've ghosted me. It's going to happen. It happens to all of us. I've had DTs ghost me once they give me a date. And so take the emotion out of it and just don't get caught up on those people. Yes, you want to continue to follow up. Yes, you want to continue to check back in with them, but don't get so caught up on them that you're forgetting to go find new. Everybody should be making sure non-negotiably that they're getting a 10 new distributor and 10 new customer conversations every single day if you're pushing for Ruby or above. Like that should be the minimum. If you go and ask Stephanie Dunn how many new conversations she gets in every day, she will say, I do not go to bed until I have 10 new distributor conversations a day. 10 new every single day. So don't get caught up on those people just because they are not messaging you back. And then just get involved, fall in love, learn to fall in love with the hustle, especially if you're pushing for those higher ranks. Make sure that you are learning to love the grind. So get up, and that is my biggest tip for you guys if you're pushing, is to get up and get your stuff done early in the morning. So then you have the rest of the afternoon and you don't feel so stressed. I remember so many times in my business where I wouldn't get up in the mornings. And so I would have life. And I would dread having to quit whatever was going on in my life or pause the activity with my kids because I knew I had to put in a couple hours of work. I hated that feeling. So you don't have to do that. If you will do your business first, then you can, please don't color on my stuff with a Sharpie. Then you can go back and you can have your life afterwards. So just making sure that you're falling in love with the hustle, because it'll make you feel so much better if you'll do that. Business first, non-negotiables first, and then your life, and that'll help you a lot more start loving the hustle. Another thing is having an action attitude. Joel Dunn gives this tip the other day and it was so stinking good. I wrote it down word for word. So I'm going to read this to you guys. Having an action attitude, which just means that your attitude dictates your action. Okay. So your valley should motivate you, which means you need to turn to God. Your valley should motivate you and know that he is using you. I loved his little tip there of like having your action and your attitude go together. So like what he meant by that is like if you're following up and your action is like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be working. I wish that this hour would hurry up and go by. Like people can feel that energy. I don't know. Maybe that sounds weird. Maybe that sounds like witchy woo woo over here. But I'm telling you, people know if something's off. It's kind of like whenever you're texting back with your back and forth with your friends, and you're like, "All right, girl, what's going on?" I know I've done that several times with some of my friends in the business. I'm like, I know the headspace is off because I can tell, even though they weren't coming out and saying it, I could tell through the vibes in their messaging. And that's the same thing with your customers. So if you're like really like, I don't want to do this, or like dreading it, or just trying to get it over, or working just to work, then they're going to feel that. And the same thing if you're like pumped and you're excited for your products. Like Shara, every time she talks about products, you can tell she's passionate about what she does. You can tell she loves her products, and that comes through to her customers whenever she's talking to them. So fall in love with the product and get excited with or fall in love with the hustle, fall in love with the product, and let that or fall out into your follow-ups, and whenever you're talking to customers and distributors, and whenever you're posting as well. Let me read over my notes, make sure I went over everything with you guys. Knowing that the hustle isn't always pretty, but the results are always amazing, you guys, always amazing. All right, I think that is it, maybe. Just remembering to stay plugged in and lead from the front, of course, and then know that it is so easy not to work in the summer, but those that do will be so far ahead whenever boom season hits, you guys. I know it's, like I said, I know it's easy to put things off, or to put the business off to do all the things, but if you'll do the opposite, put the things off to do your business and then enjoy it, your life will be so much easier. Y'all got to remember to like think ahead. Entrepreneurs are always trying to think ahead, or at least they should be. And so you need to realize like, hey, winter months are coming. Hey ho, I know that boom season comes like right after Christmas, right there at the first of the year. And so I know that I want to be prepared for that and have a huge boom during boom season. But I also know that if I don't do anything now, Christmas is going to suck. Thanksgiving is going to suck. Okay. So make sure that as an entrepreneur that you are thinking ahead and you're putting in the work now for those things that are going to come. So a couple book recommendations, or a book recommendation that I would recommend you guys do for some self-development if you're feeling like you're in the valley, if you're feeling like you're in a slump, is the book called You Owe Me by Eric Thomas. And also Steph and Joel have mentioned a global leadership summit that's coming up. It's like a virtual thing that you can plug into in August. You can like Google it and look it up and sign up for it if you want to do it. I think I am going to, because I mean, listen, copy the leaders, follow the ones that know what they're doing. They're number one in the company. They wouldn't be doing a summit if it wasn't beneficial. So guess who's doing a summit? Me, because if they're doing it, I'm going to do it. You know why? Because they got the money and they got the lifestyle that I want. So why would I not copy the right cat? Why would I not follow what they're doing, and lead in their footsteps? Go ahead, Shara, did you unmute?
Yes. Does anybody know who Ed Milet is, or Jamie Kern Lima? Anybody know these people? I will share in the team page the Zoom I just watched about these two. These are like my like favorite two motivational speakers, plus Eric Thomas is amazing. But actually Joel made the comment too the other night that he would love to get her at a conference, and I'm sitting here going, that would be amazing. But anyway, she has a great story. If you don't know and you want to know, I'll tell you sometime, let me know. But I will share a Zoom that they did together today. And then if you pre-order her book, which is called Worthy, you guys, I already read her first book. This book, Worthy, is basically the difference between self-confidence and worthy. Like you can be self-confident and not feel worthy of being an ambassador diamond. You might not think you're worthy. You're doing all the things, you believe in the products, and I've struggled with this too. Do I feel worthy that I can be a triple diamond? I don't know, right? It's going to be good. But if you pre-order, it doesn't come out till February. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But you get into this thing where you can do a Zoom with her and Ed Milet, and I'm all about that. So I'm like, yes. So I will send it to the chat. But they're both amazing. They're absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to put that plug in. Always, you can YouTube anything Ed Milet, and you're going to just get fired up.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see that. Because I heard Joel mention her, but I didn't hear her last name, so I didn't get to write it down. But anyways, yes, make sure that you're pouring into yourself. Y'all, personal development is huge, and that's what we're talking about whenever we're talking about the summit and the books and all the things. That is personal development, you guys. And as up and coming leaders, those that are pushing for executive, if you're an executive, if you have one person under you, just one. So if you've done a 4-in-1, guess what? You're a leader. You're a leader, which means that you should be doing personal development every single day. I know whenever I first started, I was like, let's put that on the back burner because that doesn't seem important, not as important as messaging people. I'm very red. So I'm like, let me do all the income producing stuff first. But really, you need to pour into yourself. I know it sounds crazy. It doesn't sound income producing. It sounds like a waste of time, or at least that was the case for me. And so if anybody else is feeling that way, just know that it is not. Trust the ones that are where you want to be. Okay. Who wants to be a diamond? Okay. Star and I are a diamond. Who wants to be a double? Ashlyn's a double. So trust us whenever we all say personal development is important. There's a reason that all of your leaders say do it. It will help you tremendously in your personal life and in your business life, in your spiritual life, like literally all the way around. You need personal development like you need air to breathe. You just don't know it yet. So make sure that you're pouring into yourself. The last thing that I wanted to share with you guys was a tip from Joel and Steph. They were asked if you could give one tip for a newbie, what would it be? And so Joel immediately said, or sorry, Stephanie immediately said, do more faster. That would be your tip. Do more faster. Don't feel like you have to know everything. And Joel's big tip was to get more testimonies of your own from customers and just have fun. I think those are great. And that is so stinking true. Ignorance on fire is the best way to be. So please don't feel like you have to know everything. You don't have to know how to have conversations. You don't have to remember verbiage. You don't have to know every little detail about the product or how the business works or how the comp plan works. Like, you do not need to know the things because you have a leader that knows the things. And so utilize your leader. We want you to come to us. I want my team to blow my inbox up. Okay. I want that. And your leader wants that. So utilize us and just be ignorance on fire. Go message everybody and don't know the answer and then plug into us so we can help you know that answer. So anyways, I hope somebody had some good, or all of you, I hope all of you had some good nuggets that y'all took away from tonight. And tomorrow night, let me take a picture of this Zoom real quick so I can jot everybody down for showing up. Tomorrow night, do you remember what our color is, Shara?
No, I don't.
Hold on, I'll look it up and tell you guys. I have it written down in my notes. 1 second. My goodness, I got a lot of notes on here. Okay, so tomorrow night is yellow. So everybody's going to show up wearing yellow tomorrow night. Okay, we're all going to look like the big, y'all remember Curious George? That's like my goal. I want to be him. So anyway, bye guys. I hope you all have a good Monday night.